So hey everyone, welcome back to Africa's Awakening. So I just woke up this morning and I said let me do this video because I miss doing Africa's Awakening. I miss doing this episode. Yes, all these days I've been doing my research because I lived in Austria, and then I've seen how a lot of Gambians get deported back, and I've seen a lot of stories that are coming out of Germany to how a lot of Gambians are being deported back to Gambia. This is Gambians that are complaining that a lot of Gambians are getting sent back to Gambia. So I said, well, you know what, I will do this as an episode on my Africa's Awakening. Some of these people, their stories are sad because some of them have sold their lands, some of them get money from their parents, and their parents are, Gambia is a very poor country, and most of us cannot afford it to travel, so what they do is they sell their land, I think most of the, if you say 80%, they do sell their land or get money from somewhere to travel or not. Some of them, their brothers and sisters live outside of the country, like other European countries that work for them to, raise that money, and then they travel. And when they do the, most of the things that we do is we seek asylums, in Germany, in Austria, in the Netherlands, in whatsoever, European countries. And so recently Germany have been taking a lot of Gambians back home. I keep saying it, I think there is two things involved. If you seek asylum, there is you need to make sure you come with a very good story. Not even come with a very good story. I'm not saying anybody to come fabricate stories. I'm not saying that, but you make sure your story stands out. What you say is what you're keeping with. Come on with like a thing, what happened, why you left your country to go and seek asylum. It has to be a very good story to tell, you know what I'm saying? I think most of the people do fail that. Well, why do I leave my country? Because Europeans, they don't want people coming in who are, who came as an economical refugees, like seeking asylum because your country is poor. That's not a very good statement for you to seek asylum on that. Oh, my country is poor. They're gonna be like, oh, then why do you come here? You have to go start up your own business back home, or do something to get out of that poverty, or get yourself a job or whatsoever. So they've been complaining that the why you're seeking asylum for it doesn't make sense. It's like you came here for economical reasons. So they want people who want to seek asylums, let them be like their country. There is war. It's a war-torn countries. They have a very bad dictator or who is running after them, who is killing them. So they want to see those kind of stories. They don't want people who came as economical refugees. So yeah, you make so. I think, and most of the Gambians are getting deported because yes, we have a dictatorship for 22 years. And recently that dictatorship is gone, and we have a new president that just came into office. And if you watch some of his speeches, when he went around Europe like a tour, because when he came into office, the first thing that he did is he went through Europe, like European Union, and then I think he went to find money. So they gave him money. He went to beg for money because he said the former president left with all the money. So Gambia was struggling, and then the first thing that he did, he went to European Union to go beg for money. So they're like, oh, okay, they got a new president, and then he needs money. And if we give him money, he's going to take back his people. That's what I think. I'm just giving my, what I think what just happened. And I'm not doing this video to support any other political party or to bring on any other political party back. That's what I think. That's what I'm just giving you guys what I think what happened. So when he went to EU, they gave him a lot of thousands of euros. So and then in one of his speeches, he was talking about, he wants all hands on deck, which means he wants people to go back to Gambia and then rebuild their country. So I think the Europeans, they took that thing out of context, and they were like, oh, okay, then his country is fine, Gambia is fine. Why are all these Gambians seeking asylums out here? It's time to go back and then build your country. The dictatorship is gone. I think that's what changed the situation. There's no more things happening again, like all those being oppressed and all that is not happening. and then they gave this guy thousands of euros for him to go and build his country. I think the money they were giving him was the money to for him to go build his country and then take his people back. That's why after that whole tour and all that, they started deporting Gambians. You know, I'm like, whoa, hold on. Even when I didn't even support that. I think Gambians we should start. I think no, not even like Gambians. Africans we should start feeding ourselves. You know, and then being in a mind of dependency, you know, going asking for money, because it brings other people, it brings other problems, you know, other problems come with it. I know Germans were like, what are we going to do with all of these Gambians, you know? There's a lot of Gambians in Germany. And recently they just deported a guy who went back home and then killed his father, you know, his dad. Man, that's sad. That's really sad. I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, nah, boy, it's really sad. It's sad, you know. So yeah, so they started deporting Gambians, and a lot of Gambians are making YouTube videos why is Gambians being deported. And the other thing is, if you seek asylum in European country or whatsoever country it is, try to integrate, man. Try to show, because they look all of that. Like, are you trying to behave like the people who are in that country? If I'm saying like behave like them, it doesn't mean that you are a Muslim, you should go and eat ham or pig, or you should drink alcohol, or you should eat. I'm trying to say that, like, the way you see the people are behaving in that country, that's how you should fit in. You should try to integrate, like, go and go to school, try to learn the language of that country. Go, there's free school there. Even when I was in Austria, there was free school. They pay for all your school. Like, you have to just go and learn the language. Like, go and learn the language. Go and join as a volunteer, like working for refugees, IOM in that country. Like, try to integrate, because they look for all that. They try to see whether you're going to be a good person if they give you their document for you to live in that country because you're seeking asylum. Like, you know, don't be doing drugs, you know, don't be selling drugs, you know, some of the things that will bring your level of, you know, seeking asylum down, you know. So you have to, you know, you can even look for jobs, like cheaper jobs, like, you know, cheaper jobs where Austria, they used to give cheaper jobs. I work at the lake, like cleaning lakes and all that, you know. So you have to really take advantage of those, because they check all of that, you know. Yeah, they don't want, you know, people to come in, and there's also other refugees that are out there that are giving bad names for other refugees, because if one refugee does one bad thing, they said all refugees, you know. So you should also know your friends, who you're going out with. You should also, you know, you make sure you focus, you know what I'm saying? So don't let any other refugees put you into trouble because you just want to hang around with them or whatsoever, you know. Then, you know, try to integrate, you know. That's why all of it came on, you know. I see other refugees doing other crazy things, and then the whole of the refugees get blamed for it. And so yeah, I'm not saying, like, even if you want to integrate, there's some things that pull you back, because you know, Germany and Austria, every now and then you meet some other people who are, like, you know, mean, and they're gonna tell you some racist things and all that, you know, like trying to pull you back. But you should know how to focus, like put your mind into anything, and just, people are just gonna be people, you know. If you meet them one time, you know, you're even gonna see them anymore. Like, some other people, you meet them and they say you think, man, you just move on, like, you know, even gonna see them again. So it's very hard to integrate in Germany too, but if you put your focus into something, man, you can do it, you know. So, but it's a really sad story that a lot of Gambians are being deported. And so yeah, but because a lot of Gambians go out there, they do some stuff and they think it's all Gambians, you know what I'm saying? Like, even I live in Australia. I was talking to a guy in New Zealand that called me, you know, he's a Gambian guy, and he was talking about how a Gambian guy killed his girlfriend in New Zealand. And all of that time, you know, like, Gambians were having tough time here, you know, like, they were giving them tough time because a Gambian guy killed his girlfriend in New Zealand. I was like, so they think it's all Gambians, you know what I'm saying? So basically in the West, if somebody does something, it's all of them, you know what I'm saying? It's like if a black man does something, it's all blacks. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they categorize us. That's how the even in movies you see black people acting gangster. They like the people rob people. So that's why when you see them on the street, they think that, oh, this black man is going to rob me. It's going to, because that's how Hollywood has put categorized a lot of people. So you have to be smart how you go. People have to be smart about how they do things and all that. Especially people who are seek asylums in these European countries. You have to be extra careful, but because there was an influx of refugees back in 2015. Some of them, man, there was a lot of them, and the way people think is different. Like a lot of people were doing their own thing, and other people were doing their own thing. The other people know how to go on about their stuff, so it's totally different. I think that made them scared. 2015 was really, really, really too much refugees in Germany, in Austria, in so many, from Syria, from Iraq, from North Africa, Tunisia, Morocco. Man, you come to the west part of Africa, Senegal, Gambia, man, Nigeria, Ghana. It was too much. It was too much, and then they were even freaking out. There was some point where in Austria they said even like old people were going to lose their retirement money that they give them if they retire. That because it's going to the refugees, and they were so scared, and they see all these news. Even me, I used to see stuff on news of what other refugees were doing. It was scary, like it was really, really scary. So, but yeah, but man, that was really sad that they're taking Gambians back. Man, I was like, man, that shouldn't be happening, man. That shouldn't be happening. But because situations has changed, I think one of the main thing was, we got a dictatorship for 22 years, and now I'm repeating myself, but it has gone. Stuff has changed. You know what I'm saying? We have a new president. They think that everything is going normal now. They can go back to their country. That's what it is. It's a change of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know whether they're taking people back who has committed crime. Because I asked one of my friends. I said, why are they taking these people back? He said, oh, basically these are the people who have committed crimes, who are into their detention centers for so long, like their prisons, a kind of prisons or detention, immigration detention centers or somewhere, So yeah, those are the people who break the law. You know what I'm saying? Who break our laws and all that, And it's very important if you travel to a country where you have seek asylum. Man, look out for their laws. Like, don't break their laws. Look how the other people are behaving like they're citizens of their country. I know their citizens also break the law, but you, the person that came outside, if you break the law, the way they're gonna treat their citizens and the way they're gonna treat you from outside is different. They make sure they give you the punishment, like setting an example for other people who are coming from outside will not do the same thing. That's why they want to set example on people who come outside. You know what I'm saying? So that if we set an example on them, the people who people who also are coming in will never do it again. So you have to be extra careful. Yeah, make sure you don't break their laws. You make sure you bad about their laws, and then you make sure you integrate properly. You integrate. It's all about integrate, and make sure you speak their language. Man, try to speak their language and find a job. You know what I'm saying? Be decent. If you're more decent, like you fit in quickly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But make sure you like, share, subscribe, man. Bye.